الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Alhamdulillah, over the past few topics, few lessons, after the Salatul Taraweeh on the Ramadan reminders, we have looked at the importance of tawadu, respect, loyalty, so many topics, alhamdulillah, we have looked at. And there was one topic I remember I mentioned perhaps right at the very beginning of the month of Ramadan regarding good manners, good akhlaq, good characteristics. And in today's topic, I want to actually explain about a question or another topic which is in a way opposite to good manners and good akhlaq. And the question which I want to ask everyone is that what does the Sharia say with regards to being firm and being harsh and being aggressive? What does the Sharia say with regards to that? Now, first and foremost, to be harsh, aggressive, to become angry, to become someone who just argues, disputes, when it comes to petty issues, when it comes to minor things, or when it comes to, say, for example, to fellow Muslim brothers and sisters, without any reason, or just say there is a reason, but that reason is so insignificant, so petty, so minor, then to be harsh, aggressive, to be foul-mouthed, then this is something which is not the teaching of the Sharia. It's mentioned in a hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was not fahish wala mutafahish. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was never indecent. But also at the same time, wala mutafahish, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he never intentionally was indecent or immoral. Wala sakhaban fil aswaq, and nor was Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam someone who would shout, scream, raise his voices, in particular in the markets. So what I want to explain, brothers and obviously sisters who may be watching the video later, that when it comes to general things, to be foul-mouthed, to administer bad manners, bad akhlaq, to be rude, to be aggressive, to be nasty, to be oppressive, all these things, brothers, is not or are not the teachings of the Sharia. Now, going back to the question I mentioned regarding, okay, are there any situations where we can be firm? Are there any situations where we can be a bit aggressive and a bit harsh and a bit firm and severe? Can we? So actually, when we look through the Quran and the Hadith, we can find that yes, you can be harsh, you can be aggressive. What does Allah say in the Quran? Ashidda'u wal kuffar, regarding Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu was one of those companions who was a bit blunt, who was a bit harsh, who was a bit severe, who was a bit firm. But the key difference between, say, somebody now who just is blunt and severe and aggressive compared to Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is, the difference is that Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu's aggressiveness or bluntness or being firm was when it came to the haqq and the truth. When it came to the haqq and the truth. But perhaps us, we just, unfortunately, sometimes we just be aggressive, blunt, but there's no haqq to back that up. And regarding Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, it's mentioned the hadith of Tirmizi, that one of the characteristics of Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu was that he would always speak the haqq and the truth to the extent that malahu sadiqun, that he didn't have any friends. Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he didn't have any friends. Yeah, but that didn't affect Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He would always spoke the haqq and the truth. So what I want to explain is that yes, there are actually situations and examples in the Sharia where you can be firm, where you can be a bit straightforward and blunt. Another example, a very good example with regards to Prophet ﷺ, is there was a woman from the Quraysh known as, she was from the tribe of Banu Makhzum. And what happened was that she was caught stealing, and everybody knows the Islamic rule with regards to a man or a woman stealing is فَقْطَوْ أَيْدِيَهُمَا, that as-sariq was-sariqatu فَقْطَوْ أَيْدِيَهُمَا, that their hands will be cut. So now what happened was that there was this woman, she stole, everybody knew the punishment, that her hand was going to get cut. So they were all discussing that, okay, let's send someone to Prophet ﷺ who can intercede on her behalf. So who did they send? They sent Sayyiduna Usama bin Zayd radiyallahu ta'ala an, Hibbu Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa, who was the most beloved by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa, I loved by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa, cherished by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa. So they sent him. Now when Usama bin Zayd radiyallahu ta'ala an went to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa asking for intercession for this woman from the Banu Makhzum, from the tribe of Makhzum, for stealing and that her hand should not be cut, what happened? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam became very, very angry on Usama bin Zayd, even to the extent that it's mentioned that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's cheeks became red because of anger. And he then said to Usama bin Zayd that this is how people in the past were destroyed. When their sharif, i.e. their noble people, would do a crime, tarakahu, they would just let them off. But when their weak would do a crime, then they would implement the punishment. So that's another example here where even though Usama bin Zayd radiyallahu ta'ala an was looked up to, was cherished by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, loved by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but there was a need for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to administer the haqq there. And he became angry and he became blunt, and he said to Usama bin Zayd that even though you may be someone beloved to me, even though you may be someone cherished, but haqq is haqq. The rule is the rule. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was very firm on that. So what I want to explain is that when it comes to deen, I know as I said a few days back about easiness in deen, and there is easiness in deen. But at the same time, there is easiness, but within the boundaries of the Sharia. It doesn't mean that easiness means that, oh, we go beyond the boundaries of the Sharia and start doing haram, na'udhu billah. Start saying alcohol is lawful, start saying na'udhu billah, zina is lawful, start saying that eating pork is lawful, na'udhu billah. No, it doesn't mean that. Yeah, there is easiness there. But when it comes to the boundaries, when it comes to the pillars and the foundations of deen, then every single person should be firm and should be steadfast on that. There should be no compromises when it comes to the boundaries of the Sharia. And alhamdulillah, all the students who are here, teachers as well, because alhamdulillah, the vision of the madrasa has always been that to make the next generation of imams to be role models. And this is like advice I give to all the students and teachers here, that if you are, inshallah, Allah accepts it, and then that you do become an imam and a role model. So when you become a leader of your community, you need to always keep that in mind. Yeah, be flexible, be considerate, be kind, be everything, but within the boundaries of the Sharia. But when you see the Sharia is being broken, when you see the hudud and the principles and the foundations of the Sharia being broken, then as individuals you need to be firm, you need to be steadfast, you need to be firm, steadfast, blunt perhaps, even though it may be to your own family, even though it may be, when it comes to administering the haqq, you know, there's so many examples of even Uthman radiallahu ta'ala an, one of his stepbrother, Walid bin Uqba, when he was the governor of Kufa, it's mentioned that he got caught drinking alcohol. So Uthman bin Affan radiallahu ta'ala an, he lashed him 80 times for drinking alcohol, even though he was his stepbrother. Walid bin Uqba was his stepbrother, but he still lashed him 80 times. And there's so many examples of Umar radiallahu ta'ala an, that his son, one of his sons, can't remember his name exactly, but he also did something which was against the Sharia. And Umar radiallahu ta'ala an, who ordered that he should be lashed. So what I want to explain is that when it comes to administering the haqq, yeah, with family, you know, friends, community, these things, then one should be firm. But besides that, in other things like minor issues, petty issues, then alhamdulillah, look at the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his great manners, his great akhlaq. Because I think there is this kind of notion that people think that because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had good manners, good akhlaq, so that's it. We have to just be kind. We have to be soft. We have to just let everyone take advantage. We have to let everyone go over us. But there are so many other hadiths of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam being firm to the principles. You know, administrating the haqq, saying the haqq. Take an example of Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was very, very firm. So I just want to remind everyone, and also to the viewers of the video afterwards, that it's not against Sharia. It's not against the amazing characteristics and manners and akhlaq of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to actually be firm, to be steadfast, to sometimes be straightforward, to sometimes be blunt. You know, if there are people there who are enemies of Islam, there's nothing wrong in basically making that clear, making that point clear. There's once a story that one of the leaders of the Khawarij, and remember Khawarij were actually quite, the traces of the Khawarij started from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's time. So it's mentioned, there's actually two hadiths about this leader of the Khawarij, Zul Khuwaisira. One example was that once Prophet ﷺ was at home with Hazrat Aisha, when the leader of the Zul Khuwaisira, he knocked on the door. And Prophet ﷺ said to Hazrat Aisha that that person who knocked on the door, he's an evil person. But then when he came to Prophet ﷺ spoke to him nicely. Then after he went, Sayyidah Aisha said to Prophet ﷺ, no, Prophet of Allah, you just criticized him, but when he came, you spoke to him nicely. So then Rasulullah ﷺ said that the most evil people are those where others leave him to save themselves from his shar and from his evil. So what I want to explain from this hadith here is that, yeah, privately you may have, you know, suspicion about someone, but when you speak to that person, then have the manners and so on. But as I said, privately there's nothing wrong in saying this person is evil. Like Prophet ﷺ would say that such is a munafiq, such is a khawarij, then to say that, to make that clear, that doesn't come under the hudud and the boundaries of ghiba and backbiting. Another example of the khawarij where once Prophet ﷺ was distributing the booty, and again that same Dhul Khuwaisira came and he said, Prophet ﷺ, you're not doing insaf, you're not splitting up the booty justly and equally. So again, after he went, Rasulullah ﷺ said that from this person's progeny, there will be a group who will emerge. And they will look down upon everyone else. They will make their prayers look such that you yourself will think your prayers to be insignificant. You will think your fasting to be inferior. You will think your sadaqah and your charity to be inferior. But Prophet ﷺ said that these people, they will emerge at the time of fitna, they will cause fitna, and they would leave the deen the same way an arrow leaves a target or leaves a game. So what I want to explain here as well is that, look, this is an example of Prophet ﷺ where somebody evil, but at the same time he criticized that person that this is what will happen to these people. So what I want to explain is that, yeah, good manners within the boundaries of Sharia. But bad people are around, if evil people are around, you need to be clear cut with everyone. Say, look, such is an evil person, you stay away from that person. That is not considered to be, it's not considered to be good manners then, oh, he's evil, but no, let's not say anything against him. No, haqq is the haqq. So what I want to explain, and this is the motto of today's talk, the crux of today's talk is, yeah, good manners, good. But within the akhlaq of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is speaking the haqq and the truth. Yeah, being firm on the truth. So always keep that in mind. Because you say the haqq, because you are a bit firm on the haqq, doesn't mean you got bad manners now, or doesn't mean, oh, this person doesn't have any manners. No. Speaking the haqq is from within the boundaries of the manners. May Allah give us tawfiq. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.